Hello, speechers, and welcome to today's follow-up on getting to know the different certification tests. So some of you have shown interest on applying for a certification test, but, well, which of all of them is the best option for you, yourself, and your future goals? Well, today we talk about CELPIP in a deeper way. So what is the CELPIP test? We already know that CELPIP stands for Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. And it's a general English test that allows test takers to demonstrate their ability of the use of the language. And it's pretty much computer-based in one sitting, okay? You go, take it, you finish, and there's no more to do. There are two versions of this CELPIP test. The one that we know as General CELPIP and the one that we know as General CELPIP LS. This General CELPIP test is for people who are like thinking about moving to Canada with professional purposes or immigration purposes. And the one that we know as General CELPIP LS is a listening speaking one. It's focused mainly on people who are planning to apply for Canadian residency or citizenship. So, CELPIP General, which is the difference between CELPIP General and CELPIP General LS. We start with the first one. CELPIP General is a complete test that takes about 3 hours to 50 to 55 in one sitting, as I was mentioning, and it's done on a computer. It has 4 sections because it evaluates the 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now, the CELPIP test that is divided into these 4 different stages, most of the time starts with the listening. So the listening takes in between 45, 47 up to 55 minutes, and the number of tasks that you have to take are 6, always 6 different tasks on the listening stage. And the skills that are assessed are understanding conversations, identifying main ideas through the listening, and understanding opinions and details. Now, these tasks include the listening of, number 1, problem-solving conversations. Number 2, daily life conversations. Number 3, listening for information. Number 4, listening to news, either on the radio, on a TV program, and also listening to a discussion. Finally, number 6 is listening to points of view, different viewpoints. Okay? Now, the recordings are played only once. So you need to be very, very into the situation. No distractions, not even inside your head and your thoughts. And you must be able to take some notes if needed. Now, the recordings in the listening that I already mentioned are played only once, are for you to answer questions that are like given to be answered by multiple choice possibilities. Are we good? So that is about the listening. Talking about the reading section of the CELPIP general test. The reading takes in between 55 to 60 minutes, and the number of tasks are 4. The skills that are assessed are reading for information, then reading for understanding opinions, and also the reading for interpretation of emails or articles or advertisements. Now, as a second step of the reading assessment, these tasks include, in the reading part, number 1, correspondence, like emails or messages. Number 2, they include a diagram and the way to apply to it. Number 3, there's also reading for specific information. There's number 4 with reading for viewpoints. And then we have the question types. These question types are multiple choice and also drop-down answers. That's about the reading part in the CELPIP General, remember. CELPIP General in the writing part takes in between 50 to 60 minutes, and the number of tasks are only 2. The skills that are assessed here are number 1, organization of your ideas. This is like how to put in order what you really need to tell by writing in the correct order. Then we have grammar and vocabulary. That is also assessed there, how you use your structures and how much of the vocabulary, accurate vocabulary according to what you are writing about, you have. And then, of course, clarity and coherence in your structures. The tasks included in the writing are number 1, write an email, okay? And this one is like writing an email that you need to think you have to finish in between 20, 25, 27 minutes the most. And the typical length of this email, you are asked to write in between 150 minimum up to 200 words. This is like, for example, an email, an example of a situation. They give you a situation and they say, make a request or respond to a complaint or ask for information. Those are possible scenarios, and you are asked to write an email going through instructions and following up the number of words minimum and maximum that you are required. And task number 2 is responding to a survey. So these survey questions take about 26 minutes, and the typical length again is 150 words minimum up to 200 words maximum, and you must choose an option from the given options you will get, and you have to explain and justify your answer, okay, which is an opinion of yours, because this is a survey. Now, the speaking part of the CELPIP General takes in between 15 to 20 minutes. You see, it's the shortest part of the examination, and the number of tasks is 8. Minimum time, maximum number of tasks. The skills assessed are, of course, fluency, pronunciation, vocabulary, and organization of your ideas. The tasks include task number 1, giving advice. Task number 2, talking about personal experience. Task number 3, you have to describe a scene. Task number 4, making predictions. Task number 5, comparing and persuading. Number 6 is about dealing with a difficult situation. Number 7 is expressing your opinions. And number 8, describing an unusual situation. So these are the 8 different tasks that you have to know how to speak about in those 15 to 20 minutes maximum. And of course, this one is a computer-based test. So you are recording and speaking into a microphone, and your responses will be, of course, recorded and kept to be evaluated later on. So, CELPIP score scale. The CELPIP score scale goes up to 12 levels. The 12th level is the top one, and the number 1 is the lowest one. So, top 12 means that you are in the level of advanced proficiency. Level 11 is advanced. Level 10 is highly effective. Level 9 is effective. Level 8 is good. Level 7 is adequate. And level 6 is developing the language. Now, level 5 is level of acquiring the language. Level 4, limited. Level 3, some proficiency. Level 2, minimal. Level 1, very limited. And you also have an extra score, which is letter M, which is pretty much insufficient information to even get one of the scores given. So this score like table gives you this score separately by skill. So it's not that you get a complete number for the complete test. You have a 1 to 12 score for your speaking, a 1 to 12 score for your listening, and so on and so forth for the writing and the reading. So, putting it all together. Listening, 6 tasks, 47 to 55 minutes. Reading, 4 tasks, 55 to 60 minutes. Writing, 2 tasks, 53 to 60 minutes. Speaking, 8 tasks, 15 to 20 minutes, which gives you a total amount of 20 tasks in about 3 hours. Now you have a clearer and better idea on what the CELPIP test is. The complete one, the general one, because remember, we also have the general CELPIP LS, which we will be talking about in our next video. See you soon, speechers!